something about waiting for Dan and Lauren to see who was going to be the last one here, so that Dan could call Lauren and say, I got here. And a little bit of rain that we said maybe is Bill peeing on us, but then we said no, it's his sweat.
Yes, definitely. We're sorry, excuse me.
It just seemed right.
Jesus
we used to
loves
come
you.
here in law school all the time. Our school was over that way a little bit, and we spent very little time in the actual building. But we used to hang out particularly over here. And Bill, as you know, is always skating bike. And he actually named it the park, this park. Over there is an area that he called Sport, where people used to put cones. There's a little bit of a hill going down. Bill can get his leg. I can't even do it without skates on.
Yes.
But,
And he would do that little slam thing there.
and that was Sport. And then over here there are some volleyball courts and kind of a strip of pavement. And that's where we used to funk it up. And that was art. And that's where people used to go to dance and hang out. And we call that art. And so I think it's really appropriate. We're right in the middle here. So many memories and so many thoughts. I honestly don't know where to start. Bill was somebody who just, you know, every time you were with him, you felt great. He had a spirit for life. We all know it. I can't tell you how many big events just in the last 5 years. I used to make it a habit because I travel a lot for work to whenever I was in Denver to see him, and it just always felt like something. It was a baseball game with him and his brother. It was there for when LeBron James had his moment, the decision. And you know, while he certainly wanted him to go to Cleveland because that was the Midwest, the idea of him having the decision, we had so much fun mocking what was going on at the moment. It just, Bill was always there. And I want to just read a couple of emails because it's a cheap way to do this, but and then I want to turn it over. Anybody who wants to say something, there's no rules. Just let's talk and do whatever. But I was looking the last email I ever got from Bill, because what I loved about Bill was, you know how he was a great friend and someone could give you all the crap in the world. He could really dish it. This is Bill. It's good. It's dishing. But Bill was one of the rare friends who made you feel special and told you what a great friend you were, more than anybody. The last email I got from him is, the subject is thought, and the whole email is strong feelings of love for my friend Ed Wolf today. Hope you're having a great, good day, my fantastic friend.
Okay, I got the tips.
Reminds me, Bill had in law school, someone got hold of a little picture of Bill from when he was like 5 years old. Do you remember the stamp? And we stamped his head all over every book in law school ever. He was at 5 years old. Sorry, carbon copy made me think of that. The last email he wrote, we recently got together our section. Bill was part of Section 8. We kind of got stuck with each other the first day. If you were an S through Z, I'm a W. We'll get stuck together for all of our classes at Fordham. And we had our first Section 8 reunion in like 23. None of us talked to each other except for like 3 or 4 people not in that section anymore. We decided to have a Section 8 reunion. And Bill wrote, can't make it in Denver, but rock on with your bad selves. But this is the email I really want to read, because this just came about an hour ago. And this came from a special person that Bill dated a little bit in school. Her name then was Terry Austin. Today it's Terry Key, I believe. We love Terry because she had the biggest house in the free world in Long Island, and all the toys and play, and used to bring us all there. We were ripped for that. But this is what she wrote. Slam was a special person. He had an uncanny way of always making me feel special. His infectious smile always lit up the room. I wish I could have had one more moment to tell him how I felt and how lucky I feel to have known and loved him. He will always be in my memory as he was. Long hair, easy way with his bicycle getting around Manhattan. Please share my thoughts with anyone who feels appropriate, as I would have liked to have told them myself. I would have liked to told them myself tonight. The reason I'm saying this is, if he had heard this right now from Terry, he would have been really fucking excited. we've seen this kind of email from everybody. If you go on that, don't ever use paperless post. I don't know messing with this, but if you go on that paperless post thing, there are 70 regrets with expressions like this. But the fact that it was Terry who did that, who we had a crush on for all these years, just I think it would have meant a lot to him. So anyway, later on we'll be at Mackler's. Anybody who wants to say anything, please.
I just want to say them really quickly. For someone who never, without something to say, the loss of Bill has constantly silenced me. My wife occasionally is thankful for that, but I've thought over and over again, if I had a chance to stand up in front of people, what would I say? And for those of you that were in Denver, that's where my clue came from. Every single person that got up there, starting with all of Patty. Patty was like, I am Bill's favorite sister. And then, her other sister would get up, I'm Bill's favorite sister. And then Mike got up, I'm his favorite brother. And then each of Bill's friends that hosted that event, hi, I'm Jay, I'm Bill's next door neighbor, I was his best friend. And Nathan said, well, I was Bill's best friend. Everybody here knows I was his best friend. That's not really the point of the story, but the point is, everybody, I think, that ever met him, whether you became his best friend or not, felt like it in some way. And I think every one of us is happy to share. I don't feel any jealousy that anybody here would say, no, Bill was my best friend. And I'm going to steal some of the words that I think it was Nathan, his friend Nathan out in Colorado, talked about the last time he saw Bill. They were going to a hockey game. They got very drunk before the hockey game, but when they left the bar, Nathan knew that there was a bar tab due. Bill knew the bartender's name, his life story, what he wanted to do besides bartending, his wife's names, his kids' names, what kind of dog he had. So literally, that person probably thought he had just met a new best friend. And that's what Bill was all about. And I don't think I'm ever going to be, all of you who I've met, who I don't know, are terrific friends, and I know you won't take any offense on this. I'll never find a best friend like Bill ever again, and so I miss him dearly. And the last thing I'll say is the last thing I said to Bill, we used to call for the dumbest reasons, and we were calling usually about pet peeves, and Bill used to say, don't you hate it when people tell you something great, and you say, good for you. It's so insincere, like, I just got a promotion, I'm now, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, good for you. And we were talking for a while, and I said, well, I'm going to let you go. And he goes like, that's the second most insincere. That just means you want to go. And I said, well, Bill, I'm going to let you go. And I hung up, and it's kind of creepy, but, I'm not ready to let him go, but I'm going to have to someday. So I'm glad that the last thing I said to him, he actually texted me back, said, that was fucking funny. So, I'm going to miss him so much. I miss him every day. And I